So in the last class, what we have discussed, let me check recording started or
Yes.
not. It was started. So in the last class, we are discussing about the basic fundamentals of
Introduction. Yeah.
introduction to the programming, like what is computer, okay, what is program, what is
Yes.
programming, what is programming language, what are the different types of programming languages we have, what is language
Yeah.
processor, why programming, and in which particular areas programmings are using, what is the Python, and why people are preferring the Python programming language.
Okay. Yeah.
In this particular class, we are going to start the fundamentals of Python programming language. So first
Okay.
we are going to understand what is the difference between the data and information. Then we'll go like what are the different data types are available in Python programming language. Then we are going to understand what is the tokens concept in the particular
Okay.
Python programming language. And these particular tokens are categorized into different types. So we're going to understand that particular types also. Then we are going to
Okay.
understand how we can install the Python, how we can install any editor where we can write the code. And if I don't wanted to install the Python, can I write the Python code somewhere? And how I can check that particular my code also. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's start with the first particular question, that is data versus information. Any idea?
Uh, Data, I think it's like the given by the company or anybody. The related the related information that's related to the company.
Okay.
That's data.
Any example?
Uh, like if a company is running it like profit, like the what we say. If a company is producing any firm, like any product, that
Mhm.
like the profits and loss and the sales and the sales margins and everything is the data which they give.
Okay. Okay. So here I'm going to write something. Sachin score 200. Now this is a
Okay,
data or information.
that's information.
Yeah. Good answer.
Yeah,
So now, so is there any data also there in this information?
I think 200.
Yeah. Good. So here, coming to the definition of the data, here into the particular specifically in the computer science, it is a unit of information.
Okay,
Means unit means singular thing or plural thing. It will be
unit.
singular.
Yeah.
So it will be a singular, not plural. So here,
Okay.
so data is a single unit. So here you can see
Okay.
if you're getting some particular information, so this data, in that particular information, there will be different types of data will be there. So if I talk about just this small statement, Sachin scored 200. Sachin is a different data and 200 is a different data.
Different data.
And Sachin in the format of alphabets, right?
Yeah.
Alphabetical letter. And 200 in the numerical format.
Numerical.
Okay. So there are two particular different data sets. Now, similarly,
Yes.
whenever you develop any particular programs or you're working with the programming with any particular data, then these particular data are categorized into every particular programming language. So different programming
Okay.
language having the different words to understand the data. So here in Python programming language also, the basically these particular data types are divided into four particular formats. The first one called integer,
Yeah.
second one is called float, third one is called string, and the last one is the boolean. Now, what is the difference between the integer, float, string, and boolean? So, whenever you are storing any type of data, okay, any data without any decimal value,
Okay.
without any decimal value, that is called integer. So, many particular developers refer this as a int, as a shortcut.
Okay. Yeah.
Example, like 10 is there, 20 is there, 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, okay, any particular number.
Okay.
This particular number doesn't have any decimal point, decimal values.
Yeah.
This is called integer.
Integer.
Similarly, yeah. So reverts to that, any particular data, okay, or we can say any data as a number. This is specifically number only.
Okay.
Number value with a decimal point.
Okay.
Example, something 10.23 is 22.45 something,
Got it.
1.23. Okay. Any particular
Yeah.
number having the decimal points. That is called float value.
Float.
Now, next thing is the string. Whenever we are storing any single character or multiple character means maybe a single words,
Okay.
maybe multiple words, maybe a complete single line statement or n number of lines. So then this is going to be referred as a string.
String.
Okay, str. In other programming language, this string is categorized into character and string. Character means a single
Okay.
character, different they are considered, like C is there, C++ is there. So there we consider character as a different thing, string as a different thing. But in the Python programming language is there, JavaScript is there. So in dynamic
Yeah.
programming languages, we referred string and character both as the same thing only.
Yeah.
Okay, example. And one more thing, whenever you're storing any, okay, let me write this point also here. Whenever we are storing any string value, make sure it must be in quotes. Example, like you can use the single quotes or double quotes. Okay, you can use the single quotes or double quotes. So example, let me write here examples.
So it should be at the start and the end, or it's just at the
Yes,
start.
yes,
This.
starting and ending.
Okay.
In between
Okay.
the quotes, we are going to write
Okay.
something
Okay. Okay. Got it.
like this.
Okay.
So compulsory, you have to mention the quotes, either single quotes
Okay.
or double
And
quotes.
double quote.
Okay.
We
Now,
can, like it's Avish, right? We can use a single quote or double quote, or is it mandatory for any specific words or anything like
no,
that?
you can go with the single quotes also. You can go with the double quotes
Double
also.
quote. Okay.
Okay. Nawab, any doubt, any questions?
No, no, no.
Okay. One more student join. Nawab,
Okay.
any doubt, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, so next to particular last data type is Boolean data type. So what is a Boolean data type? Whenever we are storing, okay, whenever we are storing any value in yes or no format. Okay, just assume I'm developing one particular application related to one university. In that particular university, there is a notification displaying admissions are open. Okay, and admissions are closed. So open or closed. So this is a yes or no format. So these particular data are going to be stored as a Boolean data format. So here
Okay.
we have only two values are there. That is one is the true and second one is the false. Either whenever you wanted to store like yes, no, 0, 1, true, false, like that. So any particular values you wanted to store like that, which contains only yes, no format. So within we are going to store as a Boolean data, means true or false. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so we have basically four data types are there: integer, float, string, and Boolean. Integer means whenever you wanted to store any particular number data without any particular decimal value. Float means whenever you wanted to store any data as a number but with decimal value. String means if you are storing any single characters, single words, multiple words, single lines, multiple lines, then this will be referred as a string value. And you can compulsory whenever you're storing any string, make sure this particular string inside of the single quotes or double quotes.
Double quotes.
Okay. And next, whenever you wanted to store the data in yes or no or true and false format, then you can go with the Boolean data type.
Okay.
Now let's move to the next particular concept, that is the tokens. So we use this particular word also in our regular life. What is the meaning of token? Any idea where you heard this word?
Like giving any ticket, that's
Yeah,
called token.
yeah, good. Okay. Normally, like if you go to any particular shopping malls or any particular
Yeah,
restaurant, tiffin center, like let's take an example of tiffin centers or restaurants.
yeah,
So if I purchase any particular food item, like I purchase idli, so I'll get the token of the
yeah,
idli. So
yes.
can I get dosha using the idli token?
No,
No. Good. So same thing, like can I get meals using the dosha token?
no,
No, right? So each and
no,
every particular token performing their own particular task, and each and every particular token having their own particular value, right? Now, for example, same thing, if two particular persons are going to any particular malls and they are depositing their belongings, and two particular persons having get the two particular different tokens, assume token 1 and token 2. So using this particular token 1, can we get the token number 2 belongings? The
no.
answer is no, right? So here each and every particular token having their own particular work. So using the token 1, we cannot get the token 2, whatever the things are there, and using the token 2, we cannot get the token 1.
Yes,
Similarly, any particular, whenever any programming language is developing, let's just assume cricket game is there. Okay, so we are aware about cricket, right? So here in the
yeah,
cricket, there are formats are there. Example, test is there, T20 is there, ODI is there. Now just assume after some particular time, okay, T10 is going to be organized. Now,
yes.
who is going to organize T10? ICC, right?
ICC,
International, right? International Cricket Council.
ICC, yeah.
Now, if I wanted to organize this particular T10, then what they are going to, they are going to set some particular rules. They are going to standardize
Yes,
something, like uh, in 1 over how many balls are going to be bowled. Okay, one particular bowler can bowl how many overs. In one particular over, how many bouncers are going to be allowed. Okay, what will be the wide criteria, what will be the no ball criteria, what will be the run out category. So these are the some particular different types of, there are rules are going to be created. Okay, rules are going to be defined.
yes,
Similarly, in programming language also, whenever you wanted to execute any particular program, whenever I wanted to write some particular code, how my programs are going to be executed, how my particular program flow should understand. Like for example, I'm in the line number 1. Okay, how I can connect this particular line number 1 to the line number 2. Okay, how I can able to store the data, how I'm going to write the condition, how I can able to restrict something. Okay, how to store the formulas, how to create the formulas, how to create the functionalities, how my program should respond. Okay, so how these
yeah,
things are going to be managed. So these things are going to be managed using the tokens concept. Every programming language having this particular concept called tokens. So inside of the tokens, this is divided into some particular category to understand in a better way how to write the programs and how to use the programming concepts. Clear?
yes,
Okay, similarly, same. If I wanted to play a cricket, then compulsory I should know like what is batting rules, what is the bowling rules are there, what are the fielding rules are there. So then only I can play the cricket. Okay, simply like I don't know the bowling rules, I'm simply throwing the ball, so it is not going to work, right? I
yeah,
don't know the batting rules, okay, and one ball is coming to and hitting to my particular wickets. I'm saying like I am not out means this is not going to work. Like similarly, same thing is going to be happened here also. There are some particular rules are standardized. We need to understand these particular rules to write the code in a better way, in a systematic way. So what are the rules are there? So let's understand the first one, that is the identifiers. Okay, so what is the identifier here? In the name only, it is showing like it is used for some identification, right?
yes,
Normally, like if I go to any particular exam, okay, just assume some student came, okay, Elias sir, can you write my Python exam? Okay, I'm saying yes, I will write your Python exam. Now I am going to write that particular exam. So how the examiner will understand like I am the particular genuine student or not? How they are going to identify?
Mhm. With your hall ticket or your ID card.
Yes, okay. They are going to check both the things, hall ticket and ID card. They are going to check, okay,
Yeah.
name is correct or not, photo is correct or not. Okay, the same college you came, some other particular college is there.
Yes.
College name will be there, college code will be there. So these are the identifiers, are there, right? Name is the identifier, photo is the identifier. So similarly, in programming language also, you stored some data, you stored some particular formulas, you're writing some particular conditions, you're writing some particular set of process, you're storing some particular n number of lines of code, you're creating some particular structure, you're accessing some particular data. So how you're going to work on this? How your program should understand what you're doing? So for that purpose, we need to use the identifiers. So identifiers are nothing but the custom names. Custom names or nothing but the user assignments. So here what actually we are doing, we are assigning the name. For what purpose we are assigning the names? So we are assigning the names to store the data, to store formulas, okay, to store set of or lines of code, okay, to create, to store structure of the code, okay, to access the data. Okay, there are different ways are
Okay.
there. We are going to assign some particular name. So in that particular name, my data, formula, set of lines of code, structures are going to be stored. Examples are like variables are there, okay, we have functions are there, we have classes are there, we have objects are there. So everything we are going to learn in details. Okay, don't worry. So these are the just examples are there. Example like variable is there. So what is the work of the variable? Variables are used to store the data. Okay, similarly functions are used to store the n number of particular lines of code. Classes are used to create the structure of the code which is repeating. Objects are used to access the data from these particular structures. So there are different
Okay.
type of identifiers are there. And if I wanted to identify later, like I store some particular username, okay, but later if I wanted to access that particular username, how I can able to access those particular username? I have stored some particular formula. Later, how I can able to access those particular formulas? Because I have created the formula. What is the purpose to create the formula? To use that particular formula.
Yeah.
And to use that particular formula, I need to store somewhere. For example, just assume, okay, I have prepared one pickles. Okay, so now my brother is going to the UK, and now I wanted to send that particular pickles. So now I am not storing that pickles. Okay, it is randomly placed anywhere. So here, it will be useful? No, right? I need to store, then I can able to send it, then I can able to use it. Similarly, here also, if I wanted to store and then I wanted to use it, compulsory I have to give some particular name here. Okay, in that particular name, these things are going to be stored. Okay, clear?
Clear.
Now, next question. Now, whenever we are assigning these particular names, is there any naming rules are there, or it is going to be directly you can give any other particular name? No, everything is standardized. There are some particular naming rules are there. So these naming rules are going to be helpful for you to assign some particular name and then access those particular whatever the requirements are there. So what are the naming rules are there? The first naming rule, okay, the name, okay, whatever the name you wanted to give, you can give that particular name, but make sure this name, okay, must be in one word only. You cannot use the multiple words. It must be in the one word only, okay, without space. Okay, if you give the space, then it will be divided into the multiple words. If I write here something like uh, example, if I'm writing something mark, so it is okay. Okay, this is okay. This one is correct. But if I'm writing something like, okay, I'm writing something mark wood, so then this is not okay. This is not okay. This is wrong way. Okay, because now it will be understand, my program will understand there are two names are there. It means there are two identifiers are there. Now they are going to confuse, the program is going to be confused. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. And if I wanted to use the lengthy name, how I can able to use the lengthy name? You can use some special character like underscore you can use. So you can use the underscore mark underscore wood. So this one is okay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the first rule. Whatever the name you are giving, that name must be in the one word. Second point, once you given this particular name, make sure this particular name must be unique. Means you have stored some particular data. Okay, just assume you have created a equals to 10. Again, you are storing a equals to 20. Again, you are storing a equals to 100. What is going to be happen? Now, previous data is going to be deleted and new data is going to be overtaken. Clear? Yes, no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
for
think.
example, there is a one container is there. Now what what you are doing in that particular container, okay, you are filling some particular something, biscuits you are filling. Again, what you are doing, okay, you are removing the biscuits, again you are filling the chocolate. So now what is in the container? Now in the container chocolate is there. So same thing is going to be happen
Yes.
here also. So whenever you create any particular variable, one memory is going to be allocated to store one particular data. Okay, so if you store a
Okay.
equals to 10 means this particular data is stored. Again you write a equals to 20 means previous data is going to be deleted, new data is going to be stored, so it will be
Yeah.
overwrite the data. Okay, so let me write note here
Okay.
also. Note, if you give the same name, then data will be overwritten. It means previous data is going to be deleted, and new data is going to be stored. Clear?
Yes.
Now, next point. Third point, whatever the name you are giving, you can give any particular name, but make sure this particular name should not start with numbers. You cannot start the name with the number. Example, you are giving something like this, one mark. So this is okay? No, this is wrong.
Mhm.
You can give like this, mark one, yes, you can give. Yes, okay. Clear? So
Okay.
name should not start with the number. Next point, whatever the name you are giving, you can give any particular name, but make sure this particular name, okay, should not start with any special character.
Okay.
Okay, special character means, okay, like we have,
At the right time.
yeah,
Sentiment.
hashtag is there, percentage is there, and is there, okay, asterisk is there. These are the special character, but you can use one special character except of underscore, this particular symbol. Okay, underscore you can use it. Example purpose, if I'm giving something hashtag mark, it is going to be acceptable? No, it is not going to be acceptable. If I'm writing underscore mark, yes, it is going to be acceptable. Clear?
Yes.
Now, next point, whatever the name you are giving, make sure the name start only with alphabetical letters or underscore. This is the fifth point. Sixth point, name cannot be a keyword.
Okay.
Okay. Now the question is, what is keyword here? So keyword, okay, keyword is the reverse to the identifier. Now you can see here, this is the keywords. So here in identifier, we are assigning the names. We are giving the names. But sorry, in identifier, we are assigning the names. In keywords, these names are already assigned. Okay, name already fixed. Okay, or you can say reserved words. Okay, fixed words or reserved words. So now the question arises is, who fixed these particular words? Who has given these particular names? And the next question, what is the purpose? Why they have fixed these particular words? Why they have fixed these particular names? So the any idea? Any answer?
Uh,
Okay. So here, whenever any programming language is developed, so now, just now we discussed like there are set of rules are there, right? There are set of actions are going to be performed. Like in the cricket, batting is a one type of particular task is there. Okay, bowling is a one task. Okay, uh,
yeah,
if I am like catch is a one particular task. Similarly, there are different tasks are there. Similarly, here also in a programming language, storing the data is a separate task. Okay, creating a formula is a separate task. Writing the conditions, creating the loop, writing functionalities, classes, objects, accessing the one file with the another file. Okay, so these are the different particular tasks we are doing. So now, if I'm
yeah,
performing these particular tasks, how my program should understand? Like this is what, for example, if because see this is not like visuals, right? Like they can feel and they can analyze, right? Like because see we are humans, we can understand, okay, this person is bowling, this person is batting. Okay, we can see the visual, we can understand. But what about the code we are writing in a typing way, right? We are writing some particular files in the words format, we are giving some particular commands. So how the program should understand like what actually you are writing? You're writing conditions or you're writing the functionalities? How my program should differentiate this? Okay, you are accessing a file or you are accessing the data? How my program should understand these things? So further, for
okay,
this particular purpose, my particular programming language has decided, okay, we are assigning some particular fixed words. If you use these particular words whenever you are writing any particular code, whatever the task you are doing, before that particular task or in between that particular task, if you mention this particular word, then your program understand, okay, so this particular code belongs to this particular task. Okay, now if okay, just assume, okay, I'm saying like, okay, out means, okay, now I understand, okay, this particular batsman is dismissed. Okay, they cannot able to bat right now, it is not available in the crease, it is out. Okay, no
yeah,
ball. Okay, wide. So I'm going to understand using these particular words, I can able to feel something, like I can able to understand like what is happening here. Similarly, in the programming language also, whenever you write some particular code, while writing that particular code, if you mention some particular these fixed words, these fixed names, then your program is going to understand, okay, so this particular lines belongs to some particular conditions. Okay, this particular lines belongs to some, you are writing some loop. Okay, this particular lines like you are accessing other Python files. Okay, here this particular lines belongs to, okay, if some errors are coming, I wanted to display this particular code. So this is going to be differentiate.
okay. Hello. Hello.
Jala, can you hear, sir?
Hello. Sir, you're not audible.
Now, is it clear?
Yeah, yeah, now you're audible. No, till now you weren't audible.
Okay. Okay. Now, what actually we are discussing? We are discussing about the keywords. Okay.
Keywords.
So clear keywords concept is clear. Yes, no.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Okay. Simple meaning, whenever I'm writing any particular concept, whenever I'm using any particular concept of my programming language, example, I'm writing conditions, I'm writing formulas, I'm writing classes, I'm accessing one file, I'm accessing some particular sequence of data sets. So whatever the work I'm doing in my programming language, and I wanted to understand like, can I able to use this particular topic or not, and how my programs are going to understand like what I am writing here. So for that particular purpose, we need to give some particular words, and these words are already reserved. Okay, these names are already fixed for these particular purposes, and that is called keywords. So these are the total 35 keywords are there. How many keywords are there? Total 35 keywords are there. So these 35 keywords you cannot use for your particular custom names. Here you are giving the names, right? Custom names. So these names, whatever the name you can give it, but don't give this particular 35 keywords, because this is already assigned for some other particular purposes. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just
What are
copy
the
paste.
35?
Yeah, I'm just going to copy paste all the particular words.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, it will take time to type all the things. So let me just copy paste. Okay, so when we are writing the program, so we are going to use this particular 35 keywords. So then you'll get the better understanding like what is the purpose of the all these particular 35 keywords. Just give the spaces because it is not in the table format to come in a proper way. Let me just giving the spaces. Okay. So now these are the some particular okay words are there. Total 35 keywords are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 into 5, 35. Okay. So these are the 35 keywords are there. Using this particular 35 keywords, we can perform the different 35 words here. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, next thing is the literals. So what is the literals here? So literals are nothing but the value which we are storing inside of the variable. Okay. Literal is the value which we are storing in the variables. So variables are used to store the data. What is the purpose of variables? To store the data. So whatever the data you are storing, these are called literals. Okay. So here example, your integer is a one literal data. Float is a literal data. String is a literal data. Boolean is a literal data. It may be anything. Okay, we can write example like this: 10 is there, 20.34 is there. Okay, something high is there, false is there. So this is are the example data. Okay, just assume you are not storing any particular data. As of now, you wanted to make this uh, as a none value, and then I wanted to use later. So then that particular purpose, there is one special literal is there. So if you, as of now, you don't wanted to store the data, later you wanted to store the data. I just wanted to make sure like this is my variable with the empty data. For that particular purpose, we can mention the none. So none is the special literal in particular Python. So like for example, right now I'm writing one particular variable example. I'm writing as of now, my error message equals to none. Later, I wanted to change this particular value. Okay, so error message equals to, here I'm writing something, email already taken. Okay, next time I'm changing my message something like first name should not be empty. Clear this point? Yes, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're not storing any particular data, later I wanted to change the data, you can use as a none value. This is a special literal. It means this is not a specific value. Okay, like 10 is a specific value, belongs to integer only. 20.34 is a specific value, belongs to float. High is a string value. False is a boolean data type. Okay, but as of now, I'm
Okay.
not fixed with the any specific value. Then go with the none, and then later, if you wanted to change the data, you can change it.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So identifier clear.
Yes.
Okay. Literals also clear.
Yeah.
Keywords clear.
Yes.
Now let's go to the next topic, that is the operators. What is the operators here? Simple meaning, simple definition. It's a symbol. It is a
Yeah.
symbol. Now the question is, what is symbol? Example of the symbols. Example, you can say plus,
Addition,
okay,
plus,
minus,
minus.
multiplication, greater than symbol, equal symbol. So these are some particular symbols are there. Now the question is why we are using these symbols. So now each this particular symbol are performing, okay, individual task, okay, or we can say or operation. Example, addition, okay, subtraction, okay. For example, uh, comparing the values, okay, checking multiple conditions. Okay, these are the individual particular tasks are there. So addition itself a individual task. For example, if I'm writing the a plus b, and if I'm writing a minus b, or if I'm writing a greater than b, and if I'm writing something a equals to b, so if I'm writing something a double equals to b, so all these are the different results, not the same results, right? So simply
Yes.
this particular operator is a symbol which is used to create formulas also. Okay, let me write here, which is used to create formulas or to create expressions to evaluate something, to evaluate something. Okay, better write to evaluate any result. So whenever I wanted to achieve any particular result, I wanted to create some particular formulas or expressions, I need to use this particular symbols here. Plus a plus b, a minus b, a greater than b, a equals to b, a double equals to b. So these are the individual tasks, and each and every particular symbol is performing the different particular task, and each task will get the different result here. For if I do a plus b, I'll get the different result. If I go with the a minus b, I'll get the different result,
Different.
right? So now to understand this particular operator, these operator are categorized into different types here. What are the different types are there? There are arithmetic operators is there. Okay, we have assignment operator is there. We have comparison operator is there. Okay, we have logical operators are there. We have one more particular operator, uh, sorry, logical operator, identity operator is there. Okay, we have membership operator is there. Okay, we have one more particular operator, bitwise operator is there. So these are categorized into some particular types. Okay, in the upcoming classes, We are going to understand with the each and every particular example, like what is the use of the arithmetic operator, okay, what is the
Yes,
use of the assignment, comparison, okay, logical, identity, membership, and bitwise. Clear?
yes.
Now, next thing is the punctuators. So this is also symbols, okay, this is also symbols. Now this particular symbols having the different ways, we use the different ways, okay. Example, there is a open bracket, close bracket is there, there are some curly braces is there is a square bracket, braces there, there are some particular uh, equal symbol is there, okay. Like this, there are some particular special character symbols are there. So these symbols are used for what purpose? Sometimes we are going to use as a operators, nothing but to create formulas, all these things. But apart from that, okay, apart from that, for example, there is one more something like colon is symbol is there, okay. So whenever I store any data, it may be a single data or huge data set, okay, or else uh, whenever I am writing any block of code, okay. So there are different ways are there, okay, or else I am writing some conditions. So in different particular stages, we use some particular, apart from the operators, we use some particular special character symbols. So these are called punctuators, which is used. These are the help, what you can say, helpers. Okay, so if I wanted to write some particular condition, how I can able to write the condition in this particular bracket, I can write the condition. If I wanted to store some pair data, okay, pair data nothing but ID equals to 101, name Sachin, okay, role as a batsman. So these are the pair data is there. ID 101 is a pair data, okay, single data, pair data. Like there is a huge data set is there. There are 100 values we are storing at a one particular time, okay. Same thing, equal symbol to assign the data. If I'm writing a equals to 10 means the 10 is going to assign inside of the a variable. Similarly, there are colons. So there are different special character symbols are there. Apart from using the formulas or expressions, we use as a helpers. Means if I'm performing some particular task, I need to use this particular symbol. Clear this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me just uninstall the Python from my particular laptop, and then I'm going to show you how to install the Python. Till now, any doubt, any questions?
No, no.
Nawab, any doubt, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let's install the Python. So before that, I need to uninstall the Python because it is already installed in my laptop. Okay, so it will take few minutes, depend upon the
Okay,
system
sir. Okay, sir.
configuration. Meanwhile, if you have any questions or doubts, you can ask. Okay, so it is uninstalled. Let me install the Python. So first of all, I'll go to the official website of the Python. Okay, so this is the official website, python.org. And if I click on this particular website, now you can get the different options here about the Python, download the Python, documentations also. Whenever, if I wanted to uh, learn some particular topics, like if I forget some any particular topic, I wanted to check the documentation, you can go with the beginner guides or you can go with the Python books. So directly you can get the documentation. Like for example, I forget after some particular 6 months, 1 year, okay, I wanted to check like this topic is used for what purpose. You can go to the beginner guides, okay, and you can check all the particular topics are available in upcoming. For example, 1 year, 2 year also, is something is like added. So all these particular documentations are added in this particular beginner guide. Okay, and
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
this is the official website where we'll get the all the documents. If anything is added in the Python in the future also, they are going to add inside of this official website. Now, okay, we have to go to the download. Directly you can go to this particular download button, or else you can click the download page also. So same thing will be there. You will get this particular download Python. So you can download Python for the Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, and any other particular operating system, because it is going to be helpful for the all the operating system, not a one single operating system. Now let me click on the download Python. So it is going to be start downloading. It will take only few seconds. Okay, so now it is downloaded. Let's go back to the folder, and I just need to double click on this particular file. Now it is asking some particular questions. So first of all, I need to mark this particular box, add python.exe to the path. It means this particular software is going to be added in my particular laptop, so I can access in any particular folder like C drive, E drive, like that, any particular folder. Okay, and next thing is custom installation. I need to check all the particular installations are doing perfectly or not. So if I go now, I need to go with the custom installation. Don't go with the direct install now. Click on the custom installation, because there are different configurations are there. So what I'm suggesting, go with the custom installation. Now you need to check all the particular options are checked or not. Now you can see all the options are checked. Now go to the next step. Again, check all the options are checked or not. So here you need to check all the options. Okay, now all the options are checked. Like I'm going to install for all the users, like maybe like I'm using the admin mode, some Dell user is there. Okay, like this. Now if I click on the install, now it is going to install my particular software. It will ask you two questions, yes, no. Click on the yes button, and then it is going to start the installation. Okay, same thing, it will take only few seconds if you are using the high configuration system. If you are using the low configuration system and internet speed is less, then it will take some particular time. Otherwise it will be done in the fraction of seconds only. 3 second, 4 second, 5 second only. If you're using 8 GB, 16 GB, like that, SSD RAM. So almost done. Let's wait for a few more seconds. Okay, now you can see we are getting one message, setup was successful. Now, okay, we need to check whether this particular Python is installed or not. Okay, so what we have downloaded, 3.12.3. Now you need to check this. Let's go to the command prompt, and here in this particular command prompt we need to write one command, python space hyphen hyphen, nothing but the minus symbol, and version. Once you enter this particular command, it is going to show you one particular version here. Now you need to check, okay, this is 3.12.3 and this is also 3.12.3. It means python is installed properly. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we need to install the editor also. To installing the editor, I'm going to use the Jupyter notebook. Okay, I'll explain you like why we are using the Jupyter notebook. Let's first install the Jupyter notebook. So same thing now, whenever you're installing something related to the Python, make sure you have to open the command prompt in the administrator mode. So click on the run as an administrator. It will ask you two options, yes, no. Click on the yes button, and now you'll get the same particular command prompt, but in the administrator mode. So whenever you're installing something related to the Python, make sure you're typing those commands in the administrator mode only. And now here I'm going to type one particular command. The command is pip, then we have to mention install, and then we have to mention the notebook. Once you enter this particular command, okay, your Jupyter notebook editor is going to be installed. Okay, in my particular laptop, it is already installed. That's why it is showing like requirement already satisfied. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so what we have to do, how to install the Python, let me write the steps also. Go to python.org website. Next, go to download section. Okay, download the file and double click for installation. Note, mark all the option and do custom installation only. Okay, next thing, once it is installed, okay, next note, after installation, go to command prompt. Okay, in normal mode, just open the normal command prompt and type, what is the command you have to type? Python space hyphen hyphen, nothing but the minus minus, and version, to check Python is installed or not. Once it is all
Okay.
done,
Okay.
now you have to install the editor. How to install the editor? You have to go to the command prompt, and how you have to open? You have to open in administrator mode. Okay, then you have to type the simple command, that is pip install. Okay, no. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so just install the particular Python in the laptop. Okay, so tomorrow onwards we are going to understand how to write the Python code. Okay, so if I wanted to write in any particular online website, how I can able to write? Okay, or else in online, if I wanted to save my particular files, how I can able to save the files without installing the code. Okay, so here, without installing software. Okay, with the software. Next we are going to understand with the software. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
in Jupyter notebook also we can write the same thing in the Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code editor. So we are going to write in the different. Okay, so why we are preferring the Jupyter notebook? It is a beginner friendly. Like if you're not aware about any programming language also, in the same area you can write the code, and bottom of the particular code you'll get the output. So it will be very easy to understand like what I have written and what I'm getting as the output. So it is a beginner friendly editor is there. So you can edit your particular code in different particular files also. Okay, there is no restrictions are there. I need to use Jupyter Notebook only. I need to use the Visual Studio only. There is one more is Atom is there, Sublime is there, PyCharm is there. Different editors are there. So there is a no restriction like you can use this editor only. Okay, it's depend upon the convenience. Like if I'm comfortable in the Visual Studio Code, I can go with the Visual Studio Code. If I'm comfortable in the PyCharm, we can write in the PyCharm also. If I'm comfortable in the Spider, I can write in the Spider also. If I'm comfortable in the Jupyter Notebook, we can go with the Jupyter Notebook. So there is a nothing. Okay, for example, there is a one, okay, MG car is there. Okay, there is a one particular manual car is there. There is a automatic car is there. Okay, you are comfortable in which particular car you can drive. Okay, there is no restrictions on it. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's it for today. In the next class we are going to understand whatever the fundamentals today we have discussed. We are going to implement those particular fundamentals as a particular programming practical part in my particular selected particular any particular editor. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
any doubt, any questions?
No, sir. No, sir.